I'm not knocking Nico Leonard's content or video. I'm just saying that when you do a paid video and you then do a list of watches, you might want to put the watches on the top of the list, not the main sponsor. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to take a sledgehammer to 4 cringy YouTubers videos. Now, they're not really cringy. Well, there's one guy who's super cringy. The other 3 are fine. I just thought it would make a good title. They do this shill every year, and I'm going to call it a shill because it's easy money for them. It really is, where they rank watches from top to bottom. And if you do a video that's successful, let's say Nico's one that I looked at, that's almost at 1 million views, and it's watch content, and even though he's advertising a product on that video, he's making about 5 grand. He is. So it's easy, it's cheap TV. If I thought my opinion mattered, I would do my very own watch tier video. It would be extremely short. It'd be a very small list. It would only have 2 columns, and number 1 would be Patek Philippe and number 2 would be Rolex, and that would be it. That would be my list. Honorable mentions, if I had a 3rd spot, it would be F you for not picking Patek Philippe as number 1 and Rolex as number 2. That would be it, and it would be thank you very much and I'll send you on your way. But no, these YouTubers put out this content in order to get a message across and to advertise products. Nico's list. Let's look at Nico's list first. And his video was okay. There's nothing wrong with Nico's video. He starts off about something dodgy with some head of a watch company, and he mentions his children. Is he saying that some watch company, some famous company he said he'll never ever talk about again, has had some accusations against their leader and he's not happy about it? He really didn't go into it, and I'm not going to go into it. But what really has peed me off is it's a paid video by Shopify, and it's a watch ranking list, and he's decided to put Shopify at the top of that list, which kind of makes his entire video and his entire list null and void, if you ask me. It makes it so biased, it's just not credible anymore. Let's just look at his class, not God tier class watches. AP, Cartier, Swatch, are you on crack? Casio, I have a G-Shock, but I wouldn't be putting it on class. And then he puts Rolex. So he's got AP, Cartier, and he's got Rolex on his top tier list. Woodbuy, he's got Tudor, Omega, Timex, Tissot, Seiko, Citizen. I'm just going to go down to his Mia list. He's put IWC down there, he's put Breitling down there, and he's also put Zenit. I mean, these are his opinion, and opinions are like assholes, aren't they? Everybody's got one, me included. What really annoys me is that he's put in the shit column, he's put Blanchepin, and he's put Panerai. Real men wear Panerai, and he's put them in there. He then has a Hublot column, which is below and he's put Bremont down there, and he's put Hublot, and he's put Mont Blanc, and then he's got honorable mentions. Well, at least on this video he hasn't mentioned Sega Design, so I'll give him a plus for that. I'm not knocking Nico Leonard's content or video. I'm just saying that when you do a paid video and you then do a list of watches, you might want to put the watches on the top of the list, not the main sponsor. I suffered Nico Leonard's entire video, so you don't have to. You're welcome. He saved the best watch manufacturer in the world, Patek Philippe, till last, and he pooed all over Patek Philippe. He made it personal about comments that the owner, the actual owner of the company, said. I can assure you, if you are the owner of Patek Philippe, you can say whatever the hell you like. It is an outstanding brand, it's high horology, and it is on everybody's list of watches to have in their collections. It's on my list of watches to get into my collection down the road. He also pooed all over the Cubulus, and I can assure you, if he had been offered a Cubulus, he would have taken one immediately, because they sold out within minutes. They sold out like hotcakes. So I didn't actually see where he put Patek Philippe on his irrelevant list, because as per usual, a pop-up came up of his next video, and again I think another mention of his Pride and Pinion channel. A total hard sell video, totally biased and pointless. Thank God I won't have to watch another Nico Leonard video again. The next video that I had to suffer really wasn't that hard. It was very well made, high production value, and he had stock images that he'd recorded of every single brand. A very good video, and the team behind Adrian deserve a thumbs up. Out of the 4, he was the best, and I would genuinely watch the next one he puts out. But it's still going to be a very biased list, because how he's done it is very, very clever. He's changed it around and he's added another column at the top for would buy. Not brilliant, not fantastic, not commendable, not really very good brands, but he put them up at the top because it suited him, because he was feathering his own nest. These are obviously companies he has an extremely good relationship. Hublot is at the top of that list. They are. And Tudor, that is a right piss take. Omega, Zenit, IWC, all at the top of his list. So his list is completely biased, but he doesn't say it that way. He is a master at selling. He could be a snake oil salesman, if you ask me, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Let's look at the real list, which is below the would buy list, which is the outstanding list, and he's put AP, Jaeger LeCoultre, and some other brands that I really don't care about. Below that, he's gone with other brands I really don't care about, and then he's got meeting expectations. He's put Tag Heuer, Grand Seiko, Jacob & Co, and you can tell I'm getting annoyed because needs improving. He's put Breitling down there and Blancpain, and what makes my blood boil is he's put Patek Philippe in needs improvement. Again, another personal attack at the owner of Patek Philippe and the Cubitus, which again we know sold out. Patek Philippe should be in the outstanding and should be in his would buy, because I can assure you, if you got a phone call from Patek Philippe saying, "Hello Adrian, we'd like to work with you, we'd like for you to buy a Cubitus MSRP," that guy's ass would be out the door faster than Superman. And then what extremely pissed me off was in his disciplinary, he's put down Panerai. This list is garbage. I have a Panerai on my list of watches to purchase. The only reason I haven't purchased it is it's the latest version. It's an absolutely stunning watch. It's not too big. It kept on about them being too big. This one is perfect. It's just, in my opinion, a little bit too expensive at MSRP, and I'm just waiting for the watch to be a year older so I can get it pre-owned for half price. That's just because I'm being a tight ass. The watch, I think, is £6,000 MSRP, and it's a gorgeous watch. Panerai should not be below Tag Heuer. It should not be below Longines. It should not be below Bloody Swatch Group. So Adrian Barker's list is horse poo because of two things. Patek Philippe being in the needs improvement and Panerai being on the naughty boys list. Adrian, come on, stop being so biased. And again, does Adrian have to put up product placement when he's constantly shilling Barker and Jack? Is there some loophole that because you own the company, you don't have to put the paid up? I know he's had a lot of problems recently where he used a word he wasn't allowed to use and it's cost him greatly. But Adrian, you're shilling non-stop and you're putting companies that you like to work with at the top of your list, your would buy list. This is very biased. This is extremely biased, and I'm trying not to get angry. Let me take one positive out of this. At least Rolex is at the top of the list. That's all I've got to say on the subject. And very good production values. Extremely good production values. Let's move on to watch Gringa. I'm not a fan of her channel. I used to be a subscriber and I used to watch all her videos. Now I find her tedious and irrelevant. I just do, and I think she's a hack. She will bring out a video a couple of hours after somebody else who spent hours on that video and use their footage. She'll give them credit and she'll basically repeat what they've said. Her video is strangely similar to Nico's, even though she mentions Nico and she said she watched Nico's video and she watched Adrian's video, but she said her list is the best. It isn't. It's horse poo and it's extremely biased, and it enraged me because this young lady has something at the top of her list that I don't understand and don't want to understand. It's some stupid silly word she's come up with, some nonsense, but at the top of her list she's put IWC and Rolex. She's also put Cartier. I don't get it. And then what really pissed me off, she put a symbol at the top of her list. And I'm thinking, what watch brand is that? It's not a watch brand. This lady has put the advertiser for her video in with watches. Squarespace are paying her to talk about how good Squarespace is. You're having to suffer advertising within her videos, and a lot of her videos have got Squarespace in it now, and she has put Squarespace in with her video, probably because Nico did something similar. Like I said, she is a major copycatter. Now her videos are basically nonsense. They're feelings and opinions. I'm just telling you that these are inanimate objects. They're just watches. I don't have any feelings about them. They can come and go. They're just watches. Looking at her list, she at least got one thing right. She put Patek Philippe up near the top, but she had the cheek to put Patek Philippe on the same row as Omega and Tudor and Longines, and she put Patek Philippe below Cartier, below Rolex, below IWC, below Squarespace. So obviously she hasn't got the first clue of what she's talking about. She's put Breitling way down the bottom next to Swatch. Again, that's not right. And she put Panerai down at the bottom. Is she a copycat? Well, the only thing she's done slightly different to Adrian Barker is she's called Hublot garbage, and Hublot are not garbage, and she's just copied Nico Leonard, hasn't she? She is the ultimate YouTube copycatter, and I really don't value her opinion in the slightest. She gets too emotional about watches, and really they're just watches, aren't they? Ay. What else about this lady that I wasn't impressed with? Oh yes, she put Zenit all the way down there with Tissot and Seiko and Sin, and she also put Jaeger LeCoultre JLC with Tissot. Does this woman have the first clue what she's talking about? She does go on to say in her drolling on video, this is just her opinion. Yeah, it's just her opinion. But her opinion really matters. Obviously it does, because she's got nearly 300,000 disciples who watch her rubbish. She then makes a very big point of putting Cartier and her love for Cartier and swiggling around to put Cartier right up at the top. Future sponsor maybe, current sponsor, who knows. A complete biased and BS list, if you ask me. Like I said, these videos are the lowest form of entertainment. If she gets 200,000 views, she's made nearly $1,000 for just moving some things across a board. She's also getting paid by the main sponsor, and the main sponsor is going to be chuffed because they don't even sell watches and they're top of a watch list. Lucky them. Let's move on from watch Gringa or watch hacker. This fourth guy is a super hacker. He has zero knowledge. He comes across like a complete tool. He's about as dumb as a box of rocks. He looks like he hasn't washed in a couple of days, and he's called Watch Yourself Jorg, Jorg. He thought it was acceptable to just move logos around the board while he is constantly on camera. I've never heard of him before. He just came up on my feed, and I remembered that he had the cheek to do a tier video with almost no watch knowledge whatsoever. Something I would never do. I only really know about 4 or 5 brands, so for me to give you an opinion on Rado or Bell & Ross or Citizen would be unfair. Does that make sense? And that's why I will never do one of these videos. Oh God. So I had to listen to this Muppet talking for nearly 30 minutes while moving things around the board. It was painful to watch. The highlights of this is he's another hacker, he's another watch Gringa, he's watching other people's content and he's piggybacking it, something I will never do. He's got a holy grail list, and at the top is Casio. He looks like he could afford a Casio. He's got Tudor at the top of the list, next to Vacheron Constantin, Gerard Perregaux, and Christopher Ward. He made a point of plugging Christopher Ward. I wonder why. He called Christopher Ward no longer a micro brand. That's his entire knowledge of watches. He then put Cartier. What's going on with Cartier being at the top of every list? Is it because Nico said they sell the most watches, and then Watch Gringa said Cartier sell the most watches, so therefore he thinks they are a really good brand because they sell a lot of watches? Again, he's got another column for On Fire, and he's got Zenith in there with Tag Heuer and Omega. Tag Heuer is not on fire. Well, it might be burning down in the wrong way, and I'm not even going to read the rest. In It's Good, he's got IWC and AP. He's got Blanchepin in It's Good. He's put Blanchepin with Tissot and Grand Seiko. He's put Grand Seiko with Oris and Creedor. He's then got in the Mia column this full, utter tool. It's got Jaeger-LeCoultre, JLC in the Me column next to Rolex and Citizen and Breitling, and I don't know what that other logo. He's got it's in with Richard Mille and Hublot and Bremont. He's a fool, isn't he? He's alright too. In his not good column, he's got Panerai. Does he not know that real men wear Panerai? Panerai should be in the It's Good. Rado, I don't know anything about Rado. Bell & Ross, don't know anything about Bell & Ross. Then this idiot has got Get in the Bin, and he's put Jacob & Co in the bin. What a tool. Frank Muller in the bin. And Patek Philippe, because this kid thinks his opinion matters, which it doesn't. This guy's taken offense to something the owner of Patek Philippe has said. He's also bandwagging what Nico Leonard has said, because that's what this guy is. He's a hack. To put Patek Philippe at the bottom of any watch list is just utter stupidity, especially a list where at the top of the list you have Tudor and Christopher Ward. Luckily for my subscribers, most of you don't get this far, so none of you will have heard of this kid and never will hear of him. In my opinion, he is everything that's wrong with YouTube. YouTube is full of copycats, hacks, and people that don't know what they're talking about. This guy hasn't got the first clue and should not have done this video in the first place. And this is not personal attack on the kid. I just think you should stay in your lane, and I'm staying in my lane, guys. I am never doing a video like this, ever. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll catch you on the next brand new video.